You guys came here with the question, so I am here to answer it. What is the difference between 1.8 PvP and 1.16 PvP? And I'm going to be trying my best to answer your question. But before I do, make sure you guys subscribe because it will help me a lot. And we are also coming up on 2,000 subscribers. So if you could just click the big red button, that would be absolutely amazing. But you can always change your mind later. Anyways, now is the time to answer what is the difference between 1.8 PvP and 1.16. Let's go ahead and start with 1.8. So the 1.8 version released on September 2nd, 2014. This is also the most used version on Hypixel and other Minecraft servers. It added map making and survival mode features. The 1.8's update wasn't anything special except that it's the version before 1.9, which is the combat update. This is why 1.8 is the most popular version for Minecraft PvP. Many people didn't like the 1.9 combat update. It was due to the fact it didn't require as much skill as 1.8. People didn't like that, especially the players who were good at PvP. Some people could 1v2 and occasionally 1v3 on 1.8. By 1.9, they could barely do a 1v1, let alone a 1v2. Also, other reasons is because people didn't like the timing that came with the 1.9 combat update. It was different, and people didn't like that. Me personally, when the 1.9 combat update was out, I hated it because I couldn't do my regular combos, which made 11-year-old me really mad. But like 4 years later, I kind of enjoy 1.16 PvP. Still not as much as 1.8 PvP, but it definitely has grown on me. In my opinion, 1.8 requires more skill than 1.16. For me, 1.8 PvP took me around 3 years to really master. But for 1.16, I already know how to do. But for 1.16, I already know to actually win. And 1.8 requires CPS, but you don't have to click super high amounts of CPS to be good. Like say, for example, Stimpy. He's one of the best pot PvPers, and he clicks around 10 CPS. And me personally, I click around 7 to 10 CPS. If I'm playing Skywars, I'm clicking anywhere between 7 to 9 CPS. But when I play pot PvP, I'm clicking at least 9 to 10 CPS. But CPS isn't everything. You can also strafe or W tap. And also S tap. Those are really good methods to get really sick combos. There are also other types of clicking methods, such as normal clicking, jitter clicking, butterfly clicking, and drag clicking. Those are the most popular clicking methods. Normal clicking is a simple way you use your mouse for opening Google Chrome and editing documents. This method is the one I usually use when I PvP. I just got so used to normal clicking, I started to be able to click up to 11 CPS when I normal click. Jitter clicking is where you tense up your arm and wrist and vibrate your hand. I find this to be very uncomfortable, but you might get around 10 to 13 CPS usually. Some people can go up to 15 CPS jitter clicking, but I have also seen other people go to like as high as 16, sometimes even 17 if you're like super good. Butterfly clicking is where you use 2 fingers on the left click button and you alternate pressing the left click with one finger and then the other. This can get you really high CPS, usually anywhere between 12 to 20 CPS. Last but certainly not least is drag clicking. Drag clicking is where you pull your finger down from your left click with full force, which can cause your mouse to oftentimes double click while you drag your finger down the mouse. You usually get around 40 to 70 CPS with this trick. Only certain mouses can do this though. I don't recommend left clicking while you drag click because it will most likely get you banned on most servers. In 1.8, there are a lot of different types of duels that you can do. Here are some examples: pot PvP, dual DHC, classic duels, etc. And I could go on and on about how many game modes there are in 1.8. There are just so many game modes to play in 1.8. You could probably have some pretty cool 1.16 game modes as well. There aren't that many good servers that support 1.16 PvP, but one of my favorite servers to practice 1.16 PvP is a server named PvP Legacy. I practice all the time on there, and no, this is not a sponsored video. I'm just saying, if you guys want to practice 1.16 PvP, go to that server. In 1.16, you use mostly your axe, because axes do a lot of damage, but they are slower than the swords. Swords recharge faster than axes, so you can produce more DPS that way, which is damage per second. But swords are useless if they have a shield. Axes can break shields up to 5 seconds, so you can get around 3 good hits on them. Axe crits are also really huge. You want to get as many axe crits as you possibly can, or just any crits in general. Like if you're using a sword, you should try to get a lot of crits. There are also crossbows. Those are also pretty useful. Like for example, if you hit the player with your axe, then switch to your crossbow just in time, you would do much more damage. I would recommend you do this when your shield is down, because if they have their shield up, it will just deflect the arrow. There's also a duel called Crystal Duel, which is just chaotic. But a big reason a lot of people don't like 1.16 PvP is because of the cooldowns on the weapons. Axes have the longest cooldowns, but swords have less cooldowns, but deals less damage. But it's much easier to get combos with the sword. So they sort of balance each other out. But axes are still better for raw damage. Like, I mean, at least don't axes do more than like a diamond sword? Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's just insane. Which is just much better in my opinion than swords, because axes can break shields. Which is why the axe is my favorite weapon to use in 1.16. So, what's the difference between 1.8 and 1.16? Well, in 1.8 differs between each game mode, but in 1.16 it's sort of the same except different. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I'm just rolling with it. In 1.8 you have to rely on strafing, W tapping, S tapping, CPS, and also rotting, and probably other things. While in 1.16 it's timing. When do I attack? Do I attack? Am I supposed to have my shield up? Questions like these are difficult to answer while you're in the situation. They are both unique and both different from each other. That's why I like both of them. My personal favorite would probably, of course, be 1.8, because there's just so much action, while 1.16 relies on patience, timing, etc. I like a lot of action at one time. I like to be able to 1v3 at any time and feel like I did something. But sometimes I like 1.16 to just chill and have fun. Also, to just talk with my friends. It's more calming to me. So what version do you guys like? Tell me in the comment section below. But that's gonna wrap up this video. And if you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys subscribe. Do you guys like this story content? If so, I am willing to make more. Let's try to get like 50 likes on this video. I know we can do it. And if we do, I will make more videos like these. Make sure you guys join the Discord in the description below, because we are close to 200 Discord members. So join that if you want to make friends. Also, follow Twitch if you guys want to see streams from me. But that's gonna be it. And roll the outro.